Are we all ready? Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Right, week 3. 2 more to go after tonight. That's better. Right, so we'll start off with the events over the last weekend. We had the European Indoor Championships at Istanbul, and young Sam Reardon, who, having won the UK indoor title at 400 metres, was in the 4x4 relay, which was quite a bruising event if you watched it. I think it was a young quartet from the UK, and almost all of them got barged and pushed, including Sam, who nearly came a complete cropper and fell over, but he recovered well, and he finished 5th and the team finished 5th, so it was a good performance, so well done to him. There was also an indoor 60 metre sprint event at Sutcliffe Park, and we had a number of people competing there, a lot of youngsters. I've just mentioned the ones that achieved personal best. So Siana Nelson Laganya did a PB in the under-17s, Oscar Sadowski, TJ Owen and Daniel Jenkins all did PBs. It was good, and Clem coaches a couple of those, so perhaps we shouldn't be surprised. The star performer was a master, Dwayne Bavell. The men's 35 broke the club record with a time of 7.1 seconds, so congratulations to Dwayne. Now there's an update on the national cross-country results, which I mentioned last week. We found out since last week that the Nelson Neal Trophy, which is awarded to the club who has a team in every ladies' age group and who achieves the highest number of aggregate points, and that was won by our ladies' team, Blackies and Bromley Harriers. So that was good. Showed a good all-round performance. So, talking about events, I mean, looking forward a bit, this weekend we've got the National Indoor Cross Country Championships up at Loughborough, and there's 22
Inter-counties.
Did I say indoor? Well, Tony suggested to me we went out indoors tonight because it was snowing. That could be a new event, couldn't it? Yeah. No, apologies. So the Inter-counties, it's up at Loughborough. And we've got 22 athletes representing Kent, including the reserve, so that's a good representation, and we'll obviously hear how they got on next week. So, quite a quiet week, as it were, in cross-country and other events. It was Park Run, therefore. I'll give a little bit of a focus on Park Run. We had 65 runners out this week, which perhaps reflects the fact that there are not so many other things going on, at 17 locations. Furthest away, and I think it's a club first, was David Adams, who was in Tokyo running a park run, and did a time of 21:48, came 13. So most of those 65 runners that ran from the club were running at Bromley. We had 40 runners running at Bromley, and Bromley had a very large field of over 700 runners, and the reason for that was that it was the 610th running of the park run at Bromley, and the 610 is a number in the Fibonacci sequence. Now, of course, you're all very familiar with that. There are a lot of very silly trophies that are invented around Park Run. So Fibonacci sequence works mathematically like this. If you've got a result like 1 and 2, the next number is the addition of those two, so it's 3. The next number after that will be 3 plus 2 is 5, so on and so forth. So 610 was the next number in the sequence, and it was Bromley's 610th park run. As a matter of complete irrelevance, it was originally, I think it originated in India, this sequence, but it was used in Middle Ages by some medieval mathematician in Italy to work out how fast the rabbit population would grow. So you can see it's a very useful statistic. The other interesting thing is the next number after 610 in the Fibonacci sequence is 987. Now, the park run that's done the most events so far is Bushy, obviously where it started. That's done 920 events, so it's going to be well into next year until we hit the next number in the sequence. God knows what it'll be like at Bushy, because they have about 1,500 runners a week anyway. So anyway, if you're one of the crazy people that does that. So we did have, having said that, and despite the large field, good results. So we had both first men and women at Bromley. So Alex Middleton took first place in the men's race with a time of 16:05, and he's only a youngster, isn't he? Under 17, yeah. Joseph Hill was 4th. Roger Beswick was 9th. And he had an age grade percentage of over 90%, 91.52%, which is absolutely amazing. And Paul's not here. No. Steve wasn't far away. Clayton, you're all, yeah? Not far away. The ladies' race was won by Morgan Squibb. She's an under 20s in 17 minutes dead, which was a new Bromley age group park record. And Luciana Smith was 2nd. And she's an under 15.
Under 15.
Yeah, so that was good. Sophie Tran was 8th. Katie Sugden was 9th. And then the Pearson family were all in the 20s. So
Sophie's under 13 as well. Is it?
yeah, Sophie is, yes.
Yeah.
2019. So
Very good.
Very good. So yeah, that covers last weekend. Before I go on to future events, bonus ball, Terry, for last week.
Oh yes, it was John Butler. I'm afraid he's not here.
Oh, I believe he left a message to spend
We
it
can
behind
spend
the bar.
it. Yeah. And I've got 12 spaces if anybody's interested.
Okay, well, we won't spend it behind the bar until the 12 spaces are filled then, okay. Anybody else got any other news before I go on to future events? No? Okay. So first and most importantly now, this weekend we've got the Ranelagh Mob match. Now, last week I'd said it was on Sunday at 11 o'clock, and due to a mix-up, that was completely wrong. It's on Saturday, and it's at 2:30. No, 3 o'clock, isn't it, Chris? The start time.
3 o'clock start.
3 o'clock start. 2 o'clock registration.
From 2 o'clock.
From 2 o'clock registration. Now, the plan is that it's being run in. Well, if you look at the internet, there's the What 3 Words location of exactly where the run is, and registration is effectively going to be at the start rather than at the Ranelagh Clubhouse. So you need to get to there. So the other thing is there's a few other things going on at the weekend. I mentioned the inter-counties indoor cross country, inter-counties cross country. That's going on. I think it's the Paddock Wood Half Marathon on Sunday, isn't it? So we're kind of scraping around a bit to get people's numbers there. So if you're even vaguely interested, please do try and come along, because we need to get a reasonable number of folks out to put on a good show for the club. Okay, so that's this weekend. The weekend after that, we've got the closing 5 starting at 2:30 from here on Saturday, and the weekend after that is the AGM. That's Saturday evening, starts at 6 o'clock. Food will be available afterwards if pre-ordered. Dennis, are you going to be putting that up on the Facebook for the...
I thought you were going to put the advert up, but I will do something.
I don't have much else to do, so that's fine. We'll put it anyway. So the important point is you'll be able to pre-order your meal on Facebook, and there will only be pre-ordered meals. So if you want a meal, and I guess with any luck, if the AGM starts at 6, we should be eating by 8. Certainly hope so. Okay, that's all from me. Nobody else has got anything else? Yes, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. President. Just the Ted Pepper, which is on the 1st of May. I'm looking for some marshals, so if anybody's looking to enjoy the event but not participate in the event, can you please direct message me or just come see me tonight, because we need as many marshals as we can, because we're expecting a few more than normal because of the clubhouse being here and everything, so please let me know.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Okay, folks, well, that's it. I look forward to my penultimate next week.